guys, it's me, Charles Orange, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about every single football team that has changed their name. So let's go. First, let's start off with the most recent one, the Washington Commanders. What used to be the Washington Redskins are now the Washington Commanders after some controversy. Nextly, the Houston Oilers are now known as the Tennessee Titans. But, fun fact, they actually used to be known as the Tennessee Oilers. Nextly, what used to be known as the Oakland Raiders, we now know as the Las Vegas Raiders. But their logo did stay the same. And if you don't know what Las Vegas is, it's the city with the sphere and the Eiffel Tower. No, not Paris, the fake Eiffel Tower. Nextly, the Los Angeles Chargers used to be called the Los Angeles Chargers. But only in 1960. They were actually called the San Diego Chargers, but then changed back to their original spot, Los Angeles. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Rams, who used to be known as the St. Louis Rams. But if you want to get really into the history, they actually used to be called the Cleveland Rams, like in the 1930s and 40s. So how about that? Next up, what we now know as the Arizona Cardinals, they used to be called the St. Louis Cardinals back in the day. But even before that, they used to be called the Phoenix Cardinals. Oh my god, that took me like 30 tries to say. Nextly, what we now know as the Indianapolis Colts, they used to be called the Baltimore Colts. That one's pretty simple to say, but it actually took me like 5 tries. I keep messing it up! I bet you thought I was going to put a bleep there, but no, I didn't do it. What is now the New York Jets used to be known the New York Titans. Not the Tennessee Titans, the New York Titans. What we now know as the Kansas City Chiefs used to be the Dallas Texans. And that was a pretty cool Dallas team, because now we know that the current Dallas team is the worst team in football. Didn't add a bleep there either. What we now know as the Detroit Lions, which you probably thought, wait, I thought they were always the Detroit Lions. Yeah, they were since the Super Bowls were around, but since Martin Luther King Jr. was a fetus, they were the Portsmouth Spartans, but only for like 3 years, I think. The Chicago Bears. We now know them as the Chicago Bears, but they used to be called the Chicago Stanleys, and even before Martin Luther King Jr. Why am I so obsessed with him today? But before him, they were known as the Decatur Stanleys. So yeah. Guys, I'm editing this. I'm so sorry I said Stanleys. I don't know what got into me. What is now the Steelers used to be the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that's honestly it, unless you count the Baltimore Ravens changing from the Baltimore Colts. Even though they joined in 1996. You know what? I don't think it matters, because you guys watch till the end no matter what, unless you just skip to the end. But we all know that my content sucks. Bye.